And we're just going to do a couple of shoulder shrugs. We're going to make this really exaggerated. So you're going to round your tailbone under, you're going to pull your chest away, get around those shoulders, let the head drop, and then open everything up. Arch if you want to, and we'll do a couple of those. So big movements, try and get that whole spine moving, and then try it on one side, almost like you're doing a backstroke. Just some limbering up here. Good. And then we'll just do a little step touch. Our arms are marching. So let's go ahead and for now, let's grab those light weights. Thumbs are going to be facing up. And we're just going to add basically a bicep curl as you step touch. So not super fast, but high repetitions here. Make sure you get your arm all the way straight at some point before you bend it. And you can bend it, bring it up as far as you can. If it seems fast to you, make it a smaller range of motion. Good. We're going to keep the step touch. We're going to bring the arms into 90, and we're going to make it a smaller bicep curl. Again, thumbs are up, so it's that hammer curl. And then we're going to turn the palms to face us. I'm going to keep those arms low for now with that step touch. And we're going to lift those elbows up a little and bring that away from the body. Maybe you can bring your elbows in and out so you row and then you straighten so it gets both that bicep and a little bit of that shoulder movement. So lay those arms straight in front of you. You should feel that in your biceps. Last little thing we're going to do is straighten and straighten and straighten those arms. But notice if your shoulders are starting to shrug, do your best to stop that. Arms down. Relax those shoulders up, back and down. Good. We're going to continue that step touch. We're going to bring our arms as straight as possible. Index fingers pointing, and you're going to create a little circle here. And we're going to change our legs into a march with that little circle. Not a march, a knee lift, sorry. And you should definitely feel this in your shoulders, maybe already. Reverse your circle. Let those arms rest. That should feel good. Point those toes. And we're going to alternate this time a shoulder raise with the palm facing down. Last two. Last one, hands on your hip. Give me a hamstring curl. Really slide that foot so you're kind of scraping something off your foot. So you feel that a little more in that hamstring. Palms are going to face the back of the room. Elbows are going to bend, but try not to roll the shoulders forward. So chest stays open and a little straighten, straighten, straighten. So tricep extension to the back, palms up as you hamstring curl. Last two. Last one, just set your weights off to the side. We're going to pick up that pace a little bit. Good. We're going to swing those arms. 2 steps to the right in 4, 3, 2, or go ahead. Stay here, step touch. Press forward, step in front. Knees up, arms up. Keep the knees going, pull the arms down. Up and over. Cross that knee. In a moment, we're going to stay on that right and double time in 4, 3, double time right. Four more. Good. Alternate. We're gonna stay on that left in 4, 3, 2, double time. Last 2. Last 1, step touch. Swing those arms. 2 to the left. That was sneaky. Sneaker talk. If you know that reference, let me know. Stay here, step touch only. Shoulders roll. Wide stance. Hands on your thighs. Stand, sit down into it. Round those shoulders and that whole back, and then open up. We're going to drop the left shoulder in this time and look up over the right. And then switch it up for me, please. And then just nice and easy back and forth. Big deep breath in. Let's grab that ball, please. All right, we'll probably want to have your chair for this one. A little bit of balance help. You can keep the weights in the chair just for now. So we're going to squeeze that ball. Bring your feet into parallel. If your ball is really cushy and not very big, you're going to have to bring those feet really close. So I really want you to feel those inner thighs engaged. We're going to roll up on those tippy toes, shoulders back and down. We're going to bend the knees and travel forward. I want you to find that awareness of where you feel your quads, but you don't feel your knees. Find that place, ribs down, squeeze your ball, squeeze your ball. Good. Hold, squeeze that ball, drop down another inch, squeeze a little tighter, another inch, squeeze a little tighter, another inch, all the way up. So we're going to go down, squeeze, down, squeeze, down, squeeze, down, squeeze, and up. Squeeze down, 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 and up, down, 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 and up. So 3 counts down, squeezing that ball. Heels are lifted if you're okay with that. So you're working those quads a bit more. Keep that going. Keep that action in the quads, again, not the knees. Last time, leave it down, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Hopefully you feel this inner thigh by now. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, bring that away, take a little break. We're gonna do the same thing with that ball between our thighs, but this time, we're gonna have our heels together when we are in that up position, right? We're gonna bend, let those knees travel outward. We're gonna squeeze up and in. Bend, squeeze up and in. Good. Just keeping that going. You're gonna keep one hand on the chair, hopefully it's your right hand. You're gonna bring your left arm here. We're gonna do an upright row like that. And then we're gonna do out to the side. We're gonna go up in front, out to the side, elbow leads. So again, shoulder work here, but quad and calves too. Get those legs all the way straight when you can. Hopefully you guys are feeling these in all those places. Good. Let's leave that arm out to the side, pulse down, squeeze the ball, lift the elbow, squeeze and lift, squeeze and lift. Last 2, last 1. Woo! Shake that out. We're going to do the exact same thing with that thigh. You may want to move your chair to the other side for balance. So again, that ball is going to go between your thighs, come up on your toes, heels together. Grab that weight in the opposite hand. And then again, we bend and straighten. Scoop up as you come up. We're going to add an upright row. And then out to the side. And row, and out to the side. I might have done it differently on this other side. Yeah, there we go. Good. 2 more. Good, stay here, arm out to the side. We're gonna squeeze the ball, we're gonna lift the elbow. And relax. Woo, hopefully you guys felt those quads, I sure did. So we're gonna give those quads a little bit of love here. Let's step back with your left foot, press the heel down, tuck the hips way under, let the heel raise, and then drop down so that knee comes right below the hip, hip. So you feel that stretch, you can press and tuck the hips under. And then we're gonna do the other leg, so right leg goes back, press the heel down initially, bring the knee under, and then lift the heel and drop into it. Press those hips under a little bit, feel that come a little bit deeper. Nice, and bring that up. All right. We're gonna put a little combination of things together here. We're gonna start with that ball. Let's bring it in front of the left thigh, and the right leg is behind the hamstring. We're gonna bend the left knee and let the right leg slide forward and come up, right? Now, if you want to add on, you're gonna raise up on those left toes and then come down, right? So you come up, so we're getting that calf work, as well as quad in the left leg and glute in the left leg. And then finally, if you want to add on one more thing, we're going to bring those palms up and out, right? And we're going to do, it's sort of a little circular bicep, so it'll feel as if it goes with this. Good, last two. Last one, come up on your toes. Bend that knee, hover the left leg in space. We're gonna pulse that bicep and we're gonna lift and lower the heel. Keep the knee bent, right? So the knee is still bent on that left leg. It's just that calf working. And relax. Ooh, we'll stretch those calves in a moment. Let's just do this on the other side. So again, you have that ball in front of the right leg and behind the left, weight in your left hand. In that left knee until you feel your quad and your glute feel them engage, and then come up. And then when you're ready, you're gonna roll up on your toes with it. And then when you're ready, you add that bicep curl to it. Almost there. Very nice. Last one, come down, keep the heel raised, knees bent. Heel is going to lift and lower as you stretch that bicep. And relax. Ooh, all right, so let's give those calves a little bit of love before we move on. Step back with your right leg, press that heel down, and lunge forward. Feel that calf stretch in that right leg, and then bend the knee to take it a little deeper. Roll up on the toes. Turn the toes out. If the hip went with it, turn that in. Lunge. Bend the right knee and roll up. So in, heel, out. Bend that knee and roll up. And now let's switch it up. Left leg goes back. Lunge it forward. Bend that knee. Roll it up. Heel out, toe, or heel in, toe out. Sorry, we have a toy that we don't get to play with. All right, keep that going. Switch it up, toe in, heel out. Almost there, sorry guys. All right, and then bring that up. Okay. All right, So we're gonna leave that chair where it is. Here, put it back. All right, we're gonna have the ball behind our right leg and the weight in our right arm. Your left knee is gonna bend so that you can get in a flat back position, not rounded like this, but extended, enough that you can get your right leg way up so you don't see your knee, right? We're gonna turn that palm to the sky, shoulder out of your ear. We're gonna bend that right elbow as we squeeze the ball. So tricep extension. If it's easier, maybe it is easier, squeeze as you extend. I guess that makes more sense. So right hamstring, left quad and glute, right tricep, mine's killing me. 4, 3, 2, squeeze the tricep as hard as you can, squeeze the ball as hard as you can, bring it up, set the weight down, squeeze your knees together, hamstring curl, pulse, pulse. Right leg, excuse me, left leg is still bent slightly, and relax. All right, we're gonna stretch out that right leg, hamstring. So we're gonna sit back, left knee bent. We're gonna roll those right toes up, extend that spine. Remember, if you tuck your tailbone under, you're avoiding that hamstring stretch. Toes down, and we're gonna lift back up. We're gonna do the same thing on the left side. I'll move just so that's camera side for you guys. You don't have to. All right, ball is behind your left leg, right knee is bent, so you can get that flat back position. Try and get that knee up to hip height. Left palm faces the ceiling, and you're gonna extend and curl, hamstring curl, tricep extension. Right knee stays bent. Squeeze your heel to your hip. It's not just a lift, right? It's a squeeze in. Almost there. Good. Hold. Squeeze the ball as hard as you can. Tighten that tricep. Squeeze the weight. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up. You can set the weight down. Knees together. Quick little hamstring pulse. Right knee still bent. Three, 2, and 1. Woo. All right. Left leg extends. Tailbone sits back, right knee is bent. Roll those toes up, flatten that back, and then roll them down. All right, one more time, that ball is gonna go behind the right leg, behind the right knee. We're gonna bend that left knee. And you do one more shoulder exercise here. Knees are together. Don't let that right knee sneak in front. So slide it behind, but pull the abs in, lengthen the tailbone. And then for now, just raise that leg out to the side. When you get to the top, this time, give it a squeeze. Bring it down, lift it up, squeeze it. If you want to, you match the arm. So lateral raise again. Now, I'm going to give you one last option. If you want, you can do all of this from a hinged position. Totally up to you. Puts just a little more pressure on the opposite leg. Don't forget the hamstring curl at the top. Either down or up to you, but not halfway. Halfway is just lazy. Sorry. Last two. Last one, wherever you are, elbow to the sky and leg out to the side and hamstring in. So my heel and hip are close together, and then if you want, little pulse with that shoulder area. Is your knee facing me? Is your knee facing me, or is it down here? Bring it up. I shouldn't see your ball. And bring that down. Woo! All right, we get to stretch those legs one time now, and then again, right leg across the left. Tailbone shoots out behind you. Rest into it. Left knee is bent. Roll it under. Extend it out again. Bring that up. Keep that right leg crossed in front. Go to the back, or go to the left, and then go to the right. All right, let's do the same on the other side, and we'll stretch that leg. So ball is behind your left leg. Weight is in your left hand. Right knee is bent. Option to start with that leg simply flaring like a fire hydrant. Squeeze it at the top, hamstring curl, lift, squeeze. Adding on, deltoid raise. Or do that whole thing with a hinge. Don't forget that leg is going to the side and curling at the top, right? Either there or up, but not halfway, right? Halfway just means I didn't make a choice. Couple more here. The last two. Last one, elbow high, knee up and out, pulse, hamstring, elbow to the sky. 3, 2, and 1. Woo. All right. Left leg crosses over the right. Elbow back, elongate that spine, and round it under. And then lengthen again. Round it under, left leg in front of the right, go to the right, and then back up and over to the left. All right. Okay. We're going to head down. We're going to keep our weights and our ball with us. You will not need your chair. Just turning this down a little bit. Actually off. Okay, so certainly not done. Some lovely more hamstring work, glute work, all of that. Starting in a bridge position with that ball underneath your feet, both feet. Hands down by your sides. Deep breath in. On the exhale, press up into a bridge. So you should feel this in your glutes already. And then if you want to the balance challenge, you lift your arms up. If you want some hamstring love, you roll the ball forward, lift your toes, curl back, curl back. So hamstring here, abs in, hips lifted. Last two, last one, stay up, lift, pulse a little higher, and relax. Don't worry, we'll be back to that. We're gonna kind of alternate here. Bring that ball between your shoulder blades, and then slide forward enough that your head is slightly supported. So that ball is just at the base of my neck. It's giving me a nice opening across the chest here. Weights are in your hands, elbows are wide, elbows on the ground. Notice if your shoulders rolled forward, slide them down your spine, and then we're gonna hug that tree. Put your abs in, so there is some ab awareness here. Last two. Beautiful. Arms go up, weight goes in your left, both weights in your left hand. Take your right hand on your left rib cage. See what's going on there. If it's popped up, pull it down. Left arm straight over your head. Feel that stretch on your hand, tricep, and then bring it straight above you. So up and over, and then right above you. Up and over, and above. Nod your head yes, if you need to. I don't want you feeling dizzy. Just roll a little bit farther forward on that ball. And then we'll add a hamstring, or excuse me, a tricep. So bend the elbow, straighten the arm, and bring it up. Up overhead, bend, straighten, and up. Overhead, bend, straighten, and up. My pinky is to the sky. You could do it with your palm to the sky if you prefer. Just a slightly weird angle on your shoulder if you do that. And then finally, up and over, leave it there, bend the elbow a tiny bit, tricep extension, press, 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 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, both weights in your right hand, please. It goes straight up. Put your left hand on that right rib cage as the arms go overhead. Try not to lift the ribs up. And then that arm comes straight above you. So up and over, nice and straight, and then right above you. Up and over, straight, and above. Good, and now we're gonna bring that arm up and over. We're gonna bend it, straighten it, and bring it over. So up and over, bend, straighten, and up. Up and over, bend, straighten, and up. Up and over, bend, straighten, and up. Two more times, up and over, bend, straighten, up. Up and over, bend, straighten, up. And then we go up and over, elbow to the sky, and press tricep, press, press. And relax. All right. And then we'll just set those weights to the side. We're going to go back to that bridge, but we're going to put the ball underneath the right foot only. We're going to lift up those hips. All right. First option is to just lift your arms and roll the ball forward back, more hamstring. But second option is to put your hands back down and lift that left leg up. And then from there, you're going to poke a hole in the ceiling. So a little more glute here. And relax. Ooh, maybe a little crampy there. Ball underneath your left foot. And again, option one is to just lift up and roll that ball forward and back with your hands off the ground. But more challenging is to then extend that right leg up and then roll it forward and back. Oh, no, we didn't do that. Sorry, we poked a hole in the ceiling. Sorry. And come on down when you're ready. Sorry about that. What? Okay, let's come up. And we're going to come onto all fours. We're going to bring a single weight behind our right leg. Now, a couple options. You can have your arms straight, or you can be down on your forearms. Up to you, doesn't really matter, make a huge difference here. You do want to neutralize that spine. No, put that spine in neutral. Don't neutralize your spine. Okay, curl that right heel nice and close to your right glute. And again, notice what's going on in your upper back and your middle back. Be engaged. Lift that right leg up, cross it behind the left, bring it back to center, and rotate it open. So down and across through center and open. Down and across through center and open. There'll be some movement in your body. Don't worry about that. Just make sure that you don't drop your weight. You have a good squeeze on it. Last time, up to the side, hold, and relax. All right, we'll stretch those hips in a minute. Let's switch to the left leg. So weight behind that left knee. And again, we're gonna tuck that heel nice and close to the glute, shoulders out of your ears, knee comes up and over, drops behind the right, comes across, and rotates open. So we go across, center, rotate open. Cross, center, open. Keep it going. And last time, across, center, open, leave it there, hold, 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 and bring it down. All right. Nice little stretch for those hips. We're going to sit up on the ball here. That's going to really help us get this stretch. You're going to take your left leg, bend it only to 90 degrees, right? So not way back here. Then slide it until that left knee is directly in front of your hip. Then on that ball, square yourself up, let the leg come down, look and see that it's still in right angles, and then loosely cross that right leg in front and hinge. Now, with that right leg, try and get it at right angles also. So knee in front of that hip, and you may feel it even more in that hip. Then we're going to roll up. So left leg off to the side, right leg comes 90 degrees, not tucked back here, but out here. And then my knee is to the side, so I'm going to scoot it in. Then I'm going to sit up on the ball. Then I'm going to walk that left leg across and open that knee, and then I'm going to hinge forward. And again, trying to keep those knees right in front of the hips. Nice. And then we'll come up. We're going to roll off that ball for now. We're going to bring it behind us, just wedge it at our sacrum, and we're going to grab our weights again. So all I want you to do initially is hold on to your legs, straighten your arms enough that you can hinge back. And then I want you to reach back and find that little spot that if you had a dowager's hump, it would be sticking out. Or even if you just have regular vertebra, notice if there's that vertebra at the top of your spine that wants to round. And I want you to put your hand on that and squeeze it open, but not by lifting your chin. So nod your head yes, and keep that open, right? Just a whole bunch of awareness here. Then pull your ribs down. And as soon as you pull your ribs down, did you notice that you caved forward? Do your best not to do that. And then arms out in a T position. And with all that going on, that might be all you need, right, for isometric hold here. If you wanted more love and challenge, bring your weights into your hands and hold this. And that might even give you that increased awareness of that space at the very tip top of your thoracic vertebra, the base of your cervical vertebra that you want to open, not round. Stay extended here. Option, just lift and lower those arms a little bit. Teeny tiny movement. Keep that awareness between the shoulder blades, 2 and 1. Weights down, lift up. So if you got all those cues, hopefully you really felt that in those abs and even in that upper back, creating that awareness. So now we're going to sit up a little taller with that ball, have the weights in both hands, shoulders out of your ears. We're going to hinge back, but not as far. And then take one of those weights. So that's going to create big awareness and put it in that space, right? That space so that you're not here. Your weight is on the back of your head and that little space at the top of your vertebra. And then let go. And you should feel really elongated, arms out. And we're just rotating. But it's a very hinged rotation, not a tuck and round rotation. Stay nice and tall, please. And if you want, you can even lift the back arm. Create more length in your spine, more space between those vertebrae, please. Nice, and relax. All right, weights off to the side. Bring that ball, come on down. We're going to take one weight and put it right below the belly button for most of us. If this ends up not working for you, you're going to end up putting it on your ribs, but you can try this first. What you want to do is sink, right? Sink so that weight rolls into the valley of your abdominals. If you don't have a valley, that's where we're going to put the weight on the ribs. I'm going to take that ball, bring it between your knees, bring your heels together, Pilates V, or feet curled like a little diamond shape in your knees. Hands by your sides or reaching long. Sink those ribs in or those low abs, whichever one you've chosen. Nod your head yes, find that gap at the top of your spine. Make sure it's open, not rounded. And then inhale, move those legs away for toe touch. Don't let the weight roll. Give the ball a squeeze at the bottom and come up. Inhale to slide those knees forward, hold at the bottom, give it a squeeze, and keep that going. And you could play around with which place the weights give you more kinesthetic feedback. Maybe that isn't on your ribs if you're a rib popper. And we're going to relax. And Nutmeg is demonstrating total relaxation at this point, although she's alert outside. All right, now we're going to switch things up. We're going to put the ball either on those abs or those ribs. We're going to try and find that hollow. I have a really wobbly ball, so this is going to be even more challenging. Then you're going to take that weight and you're going to put it below your knees, right? So now we have some weight down there. So I'm going to end up putting my ball on my ribs, sink them down. It's still going to be wobbly. And then toe touch here with that weight, inhaling forward, exhaling to bring it back up. Nice and slow with control in the out of your head. Yes, tuck your chin. Keep those legs in tabletop, right? So try not to let the knees, or excuse me, the toes drop forward. Keep it going, by the way. I'm just watching. On this last one, hold it away from you, squeeze that ball, or excuse me, hold that weight, hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and come on up. We're gonna roll over onto our sides. We're gonna do one last little bit for our outer hips. Yeah, a quick round. We're gonna take that ball and put it under our waist, okay? And then we're gonna bend our knees, stack everything up. Then, instead of being here, because this seems so comfy, right? We're going to extend that arm long and we're going to lift the elbow off the ground. Now, I can still be lazy and just flop over the ball, but you know you don't get to do that, right? Press into the hand and try and get that spine so it's not curved, it's elongated, right? Can you find that? So this tricep is actually working pretty hard. Shoulder up out of your ear. Both weights on that top leg. We're going to lift that leg up as a unit, right? So knee and ankle come up at the same time. What went on in your upper body? Did it start diving down? Mine did. So you're not here, right? I want you parallel. So however much that ball lifted you up, yeah, better. Last two, last one, heels together. Now it's a pivot, just like our clam. We should feel this a little bit more in that outer hip. Good, now your knees go together, your legs lift in the air and you clam from there. What? Now I really feel like I'm dropping into the ball, so I'm gonna have to be a little more alert and stay tall. Good. Now, last two things, no, last one. You're gonna straighten those legs, you're gonna lift that top leg, and we're gonna draw some circles, right? We're gonna draw those circles, if you don't have your chair in your way, as big as you can without rolling the ball, right? So try not to roll the ball, stay lifted in that spine, stretch that leg along and relax. Woo, hopefully you guys felt those. All right. Side plank. You have lots of options. You can put that ball between your legs or your ankles. You can put that ball underneath you and do a little squeeze, lift, squeeze, lift. If you want your big challenge, you're going to balance, right? So the ball goes underneath your ankle, top foot on the ball, whoopsie, and then come up in that side plank. And then once you're there, you can hold that, or maybe you could try a little gentle lift of the hips and down, lift and down, lift and down, or just hold it. If you're doing the ball underneath your hip, you give it a little squeeze, little squeeze, little squeeze, little squeeze. Here we go, other side. So you're going to bring that ball underneath your waistline. You're going to stretch out. You're going to bring your knees stacked. And then you're going to put your hand on the ground, but you're going to lift your elbow and you're going to bring your torso as if that ball is just bringing you up on a diagonal. So I don't just want you to lift your head, right? Head gets to rest. I actually didn't feel that in my neck on that other side, right? But you are pressing into the ground so that you feel your lats lifting here. And then we're stacking those knees and we're gonna lift and lift. Ankle and knee are coming up at the same time on this first one. Good, and now we bring the heels together and we pivot open. Then we bring the knees together, we lift the heels up in the air, and we go from there, pivot open in your clam. What happened in your upper body, hopefully it's still very engaged. This is one of those subtle ones that tomorrow you might say, why are my lats or my obliques bugging me? And that might be why. All right, and then finally, we straighten those legs, reformat if you need to in that upper body, and then those weights, woo, on that top leg. We're gonna lift it up and we're gonna rond de jambe, big circle, or maybe not so big because I don't want you woo-wooing on that ball, right? Nice and controlled. In reverse. Awesome. All right, come on up in your side plank position. Just a quick reminder, this is what I was talking about if you choose to be here, a little lift, squeeze and lift, or of course, your balance with that ankle on the ball and the top foot in front, and then lift it up and find your balance, or you can slide that ball towards you and back. You're just gonna hold that a few more seconds. And then we're gonna roll over onto our abs. We're gonna bring that ball out in front of us. We're gonna lengthen out the fronts of our feet. So our toenails are on the ground, toes are pointed, tops of the feet on the ground, either toes touching or hip distance apart. Ball out in front of you, press down. Okay, remember that little space I was mentioning before. Find that little space, slide it down to lift up, press up, open it, make sure that your head didn't just lift. Your head is still nodded yes, so that you feel the length there. And then come down, inhale, press down to lift up, and exhale to pull back, and inhale at the top, tuck your chin, and exhale down. Inhale, prepare, press down, legs stay on the ground, quads are lifted, back of the neck is long. 2 more like that. You should feel triceps. You should feel that in between your shoulder blades. I feel it in my glutes and even my quads. On this last one, see if you can stay up, nod your head yes. Maybe you can go a little higher, push a little farther into the ball, press those toes down, lift those quads, and relax. Goodness gracious, we get to stretch. Knees bend, hips sit back on that ball, arms out in front of you. Good, hands come back. We're gonna roll up and we're gonna extend in a little miniature cow here. Squeeze that space between your shoulder blades, and then we'll flip over. And I think we used the ball last week to stretch, so we'll use the weights to stretch today. Maybe have one weight on each side of your body so they'll be handy for twisting. Lie down and hug your right knee in with that weight behind it, behind your hamstring. You can let the toe drop and then just use the edges of the dumbbell to pull that knee in, maybe drive some circles in both directions. And then the leg is gonna open to the right, left leg opens left, and then we come back through center. Straighten out that left leg, flex through the heel, and let's bring that right leg in really nice and close and press down with the weight, not just forward, but down. So you get that knee closer to your chest, and then flex through that right heel, roll that weight up, 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 straighten that leg, point the toe, flex the heel, point and flex, nod your head yes, rotate in circles, and then just windshield wiper, and then bend that knee and place the weight on the outside of that right thigh. As you bring it just a little bit across your body, you can use that weight to get a nice stretch through that hip And then, sorry, I used the wrong weight. Opposite hand, right hand holds the weight, and we twist into it nicely. And then nice and easy, as you come back through center, crisscross, little passive figure 4 stretch. You're going to take one weight and put it on your right inner thigh and the other weight on your left hip. And then just give them a little press and see, that's what you intend to do, is open that leg as you press the hip down. And then finally, weights off to the side, bend that left knee, thread the needle for just a moment, crisscross all the way, hug those knees, and then here we go, big twist, hands underneath the weights, knees drop left, either while they're tucked up, or if you prefer, feet on the ground, and then they go over. And then come on up, and let's hug that left knee in. I used my right weight this time, my correct one and my right one. Oh, or draw some circles. And then right knee opens, left knee opens. Slide the right leg straight, flex through the heel. Let's use that weight to pull that knee forward and down, forward and down. Flex through the left heel, lift it up, slide that weight up, bring it leg nice and close, point and flex, windshield wiper, circles, nod your head, yes. And then bend that knee and bring the weight on the outside of the leg as you gently bring it across your body. And then that weight stays there, left hand slips under, and you can twist it if you like. Come on back through center, crisscross that ankle over your right leg, put one weight on your right hip and the other on your left inner thigh, and press out. And literally rotate them outward. Bend that right knee, thread your needle for just a moment, and then crisscross, maybe a little love. You're going to slide your hands under your weights again, arms out into a T, and then you simply drop right or come back from center with your feet on the ground and drop right. And then we come back through center. If you want to put those weights on your ankles, that'll help you roll up. And then just bring them out of the way as you come over onto your hands and your knees. Shoulders out of your ears. Let's exhale into your cat and inhale into your cow. Leave it in a cow, roll it forward, lift that tailbone, tuck those toes, push that tailbone up in the air, press back down dog. Maybe walk those feet out a little bit. And then nice wide stance. Bring yourself back, grab the back of your neck, slide your hands down, pull out that neck, elongate that area we were talking about already. Bend your knees, hands on your thighs. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Come into that beautiful extension. Bring it on up, and we'll curtsy.